Factories don't guess, try, they engineer. This is Factory Founder, where precision builds the world.
Every day before sunrise, enormous transport trucks begin lining up outside this mega shoe recycling factory. Each one packed to the ceiling with millions of old, broken, worn-out shoes collected from cities, landfills, donation centers, and industrial waste streams around the world. Shoes that have lived hard lives. Sneakers with cracked soles, boots with torn leather, sandals with snapped straps, faded running shoes with foam spilling out, and rusted metal eyelets corroded from years of sweat and weather. Before hydraulic tailgates open and the shoes cascade down into vast concrete receiving pits, forming mountains of tangled footwear that release clouds of dust and fibers into the air. And from this very first moment, the factory's transformation process begins, as massive front loaders push the piles toward conveyor intake systems, where workers and automated scanners perform an initial inspection. Removing oversized debris while industrial magnets hover above the belts, pulling out loose metal fragments, nails, and wire that could damage downstream machinery, after which the shoes are fed into enclosed washing tunnels, where optical scanners, infrared sensors, and weight detection systems instantly analyze material composition, separating rubber-heavy footwear from foam-dominant designs, fabric uppers, leather boots, and metal-reinforced shoes, directing each category onto its own conveyor path, while robotic arms remove non-recyclable contaminants with astonishing speed. Rotating steel brushes scrub every surface, while high-pressure jets of recycled water blast away dirt, mud, oil, and biological residue accumulated over years of use, revealing just how damaged and aged the shoes truly are. Once sorted, the destruction phase begins as the shoes drop into colossal industrial shredders, where rotating steel shafts fitted with razor-sharp teeth tear the footwear apart with deafening force, ripping soles from uppers, shredding fabric into ribbons, crushing hardened rubber, snapping rusted eyelets into sparks, and reducing once recognizable shoes into chaotic fragments. Pour out onto vibrating screens, which shake violently to separate pieces by size sending oversized chunks back into secondary shredders. While finer material continues forward, and from there the fragments enter high-speed granulators that pulverize them further into uniform particles. A process so aggressive that even thick boot soles are reduced to gritty granules.
डिसनपेटने चेकिंग को सीपी स्पीज कहते हैं बट्टी की इसनपेटने चिंटी प्रिकी की पसंद होते डिसनपेंटी
While airflow separation systems lift away lightweight fibers and dust, cyclones spin fabric particles out of the air, and powerful magnetic drums continue extracting any remaining metal until the material stream becomes almost entirely rubber-based. Dark, dense, and heavy. And these granules are washed once again to remove microscopic dust before passing through thermal dryers that stabilize temperature and moisture. After which, the clean rubber particles are stored in towering silos, where binders, stabilizers, and color balancing agents are added in carefully measured ratios, and when mixing begins, giant rotating drums churn the material relentlessly, coating each granule evenly while preserving subtle traces of its past, tiny fibers, color flecks, and embedded scars. Before the mixture is fed into extrusion lines, where heat and pressure slowly soften the rubber compound into a thick flowing mass that is pushed through precision-engineered dies, emerging as dense, continuous slabs that glide forward on steel conveyors while steam rises into the air, and as these slabs cool, they pass beneath rollers that flatten and calibrate thickness before hydraulic presses descend with immense force, compressing the material into perfectly uniform sheets that lock fragments of millions of old shoes permanently inside. These sheets then travel along extended cooling conveyors where temperature stabilizes gradually to prevent warping, after which automated cutting systems slice them into precise dimensions destined for molding. And inside cavernous molding halls, the sheets are placed into massive steel molds where hydraulic presses slam shut in rhythmic cycles, shaping the recycled rubber into tiles engineered specifically for sports grounds, playgrounds, running tracks, and safety surfaces. And once molded, robotic arms lift the finished tiles and place them onto conveyors where quality control teams step in, bending tiles to test flexibility, compressing them to measure rebound, scanning surfaces with sensors to detect density inconsistencies. While approved tiles continue forward to automated stacking systems where robots align them with millimeter precision before workers wrap and seal them into protective packaging, label each batch with traceable codes, and prepare them for shipment, and forklifts then carry towering pallets into warehouses that stretch endlessly under industrial lighting, aisles filled with nothing but order, repetition, and quiet mechanical power. Before trucks are backed into loading bays, pallets are secured, doors are sealed, and engines ignite as fleets roll out. Carrying the final result of this extraordinary industrial process. Delivering the tiles to construction sites where crews unload and install them piece by piece until empty land is transformed into vibrant sports grounds, playgrounds, and athletic tracks, and in the final aerial shot as people run, train, and play across surfaces built entirely from recycled shoes, the true scale of the operation becomes clear. Millions of discarded, forgotten shoes reborn through engineering, automation, and relentless motion into something durable, safe, and enduring, proving that even the most worn-out materials can be given a powerful second life when industrial vision and precision come together at massive scale. From rust-stained sneakers to high-performance sports surfaces, this process is not just recycling, but large-scale material transformation. It turns millions of individual objects, each with its own history, into a shared foundation for play, movement, and competition.